Kano State government has unveiled a 5-year strategic framework for integrated rural and sustainable community development aimed at transforming rural communities, reducing poverty by 40% and boosting economic growth across the state. The framework, covering the period 2026 to 2030, was launched at the Kano State Rural and Development Community Development Summit held at the Government House in Kano. Our correspondent Salihu Ali reports from Kano.
Unveiling the Sustainable Rural and Community Development document, Governor Abba Kabir Yusuf, represented by the Deputy Governor Murtala Sulegaro, said the administration remains committed to inclusive development, describing rural communities as the backbone of Kano's economy. The governor noted that agriculture, commerce, and small-scale businesses in rural areas sustain millions of livelihoods and assured that no community will be left behind in the state development agenda. He also acknowledged challenges facing rural communities while calling for stronger collaboration among governments, development partners, traditional institutions, civil society organizations, and the private sector.
Despite the considerable progress recorded over the years, many of our rural communities continue to face challenges that deserve sustained attention.
Secretary to the state government, Umar Farouk Ibrahim, described rural communities as vital to food security and economic prosperity, stressing the need for sustained investment. Kano State Commissioner for Rural and Community Development Abdul Qadir Abdul Salam said the newly launched framework is the first comprehensive development plan covering all the 44 local government areas and 884 wards in Kano State. He explained that the blueprint was developed after extensive research involving more than 300 communities and over 9,000 households across 36 rural local government areas. According to the commissioner, the plan targets 40% reduction in rural poverty by 2030 through investment in healthcare, education, agriculture, rural roads, water supply, sanitation, social protection, climate resilience, and governance.
The financing model mixes state and local government budgets, federal projects, programs, and special transfers, donor grants, foundations, and philanthropists' contributions, and community contributions as well.
Also speaking, the Emir of Kano, Muhammadu Sanusi, represented by the Emir of Karaye, Muhammad Maharaz, urged the government to focus on implementation, saying meaningful development depends on adequate funding and timely execution of projects.
Factors that accelerate rural development are agricultural transformation. Therefore, to transform agriculture is one of the pragmatic ways that we can transform the living condition of the rural people.
The Managing Director of Rural Electricity Agency, Abba Aliyu, also commended the initiative, describing reliable electricity as essential for rural industrialization, job creation, and economic growth. The summit attracted government officials, lawmakers, development partners, traditional rulers, academics, civil society organizations, and private sector stakeholders to discuss strategies for sustainable rural development in Kano State. Reporting from Kano, Salihu Ali, Voice of Nigeria.